Hello, podcast fans. Oh, did you cough over me?
No, I can. If I did, I can cut that.
But it was right in the middle. All right, it's fine. You're right. There's two tracks. I forget sometimes. I forget how this thing works.
No second takes. We're keeping that.
Yes, we can. Hello, podcast fans. This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of the Falcon Paladin Hour. And with me, as always, is my good friend from down under. He is a StarCraft fan. He is a fan of movies and TV shows and books, just like you. His name is Wade. And how are things today, Senor Wade?
Things are good.
Good.
Things are good.
Good.
Well, I'm a little sad. So I bought 4 tickets to go and see Star Wars. And today I got a text. One of my friends has to go back to Melbourne early and will not be joining us. So now I have an extra ticket. And I don't know who to bring. No, I'm going to do that.
Scalp it for hundreds of Australian dollars.
No, because if the cinema just fills up one theater, it'll just open another for a midnight showing.
Oh, never mind.
Right. And if I scalped it, I'd have to sit next to that person for all of Star Wars. Because it's...
Do you interact with the people you sit next to in movies?
I mean, I try not to, but it's me and supposedly 3 of my good friends. But now it's me, 2 of my good friends, and a dude I sold a ticket to. Exactly.
Yeah,
and
not as good.
There's no way to vet them to make sure they don't talk during the movie.
Can't shame them into shutting up if they keep talking?
I can't sell them a ticket and then shame them.
Sure you can. I sold you this ticket. You owe me, buddy. Shut your face, you can say.
I sold you this ticket. You just paid for it, but you owe me.
Yeah, you owe me. You wouldn't have a ticket if I was not nice enough to sell you a ticket. This makes perfect sense to me. I don't know why you're having problems with this.
The real problem is I don't know who to give the ticket to.
Right.
Because my brother might want to go, but it's a midnight showing, so I don't, and he'll probably have work in the morning, so maybe not. I then have my housemate, and I live with him, but I'm thinking I can get away with not giving the ticket to him if I don't tell him I've got it.
Right. I mean, that makes perfect sense to me. Ignorance and all that.
Or I could take the guy I went and saw Rogue One with at midnight, who's one of my other good friends.
Okay, that seems good. Did he enjoy the Rogue One?
He did enjoy the Rogue One.
Okay, good.
And I figure since he's got a kid, he could probably use the night off.
Yeah, it is nice for parents to have the night off.
Do you have a babysitter lined up for midnight?
For the Star Wars?
Yeah.
I do not yet. No. Working on it.
A bit late.
Hang on. It opens.
It's in like a week.
Nope. It opens in America later than you apparently. Why do they hate us so much?
I don't know.
It's the 15th here.
Yeah, it's the 15th here as well.
Yeah.
But it's already the 5th.
Okay, so 10 days.
A metric week.
You can't trick me with your metric foolology.
Okay,
nope.
So it's like a week and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I've got plenty of time.
So are you going to the midnight showing though? If at this point if you have to go, maybe it's already a no.
Is that a no? Okay.
If you haven't already decided, I think it's a no.
Wow. All right. Well, now I'm going to go to the midnight showing just to spite you.
Good, because then we can talk about it immediately. I don't have to be like, oh, there was a podcast between when I've seen it and when he's seen it.
It comes out on a Friday for me. So I can go see it on Saturday or Sunday or Monday and still have time to talk about with you before the podcast.
You don't want to do an emergency podcast right after? I'm going to be at my desk with my microphone ready in the morning after I've seen it and gotten home.
Emergency podcast. No,
Breaking
we're not doing emergency podcast. Nope.
Why not? It'll only be like 2 o'clock in the morning for you.
That's true. I mean, we could try it. I'm not sure how coherent I would be.
You'll probably be at work or something, actually, because it'll be like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning when I get home.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't make any sense then.
Yeah, no. I mean, you can just take like an hour and a half off work, right? I have to do this, guys. I know you guys are paying me to be here, but I have to do this.
And my boss would be like, yeah, that sounds great. Decembers are actually kind of a weird time for my company. And I'm sure for a lot of companies because you've got paid time off that needs to be spent before the end of the year or else you'll lose it.
Right.
So basically, people sometimes wait until December to use it. So that means a lot of people are out of the office, which just means in case if I need somebody to progress on a project I'm working on and they're not there, then I just kind of sit around and stuff. So,
okay.
I don't know. Maybe that would be a good time, but perhaps not. We're not going to plan on it. How about that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
Okay, deal.
So I have a request of you.
Okay.
You said it's snowing earlier before the show.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it does not snow here often, and I would like to see the snow.
You want to see some snow?
Yeah, I want to see it be like Hoth in your front yard.
Oh, snow. Okay. I guess I could do Skype video through my phone.
Or you could just take a photo and send it to me on Twitter.
Or I could do a photo. Do you want to do that now, or should I wait until after?
Yeah, no, now. I want to see it now.
Oh, okay. Super Magic Podcast pausing action go. Oh, you even snapped. That's good. I like that you snapped.
Thank you.
Okay, hang on.
People say I have a dramatic flair.
They're right.
I guess it's just us, audience, while he goes and takes a photo. I really expected him just to like lean out his window and take a quick photo. But I guess he has to like turn on lights maybe. Either he's just Googling intensely to find the exact right photo that he wants. Be like, this could be Utah and snow. And it's like the Alps maybe. I don't know. Alright, this is officially taking way longer than I thought it would. Probably got caught up, with the kids or something. One of them just would not go to sleep.
So I go out there to take a picture, and all three of my kids are wandering around. What are you doing? Why?
None of them went to bed.
They don't have any answers for me.
And just like, well, we didn't want to sleep.
Nope, sleep's for suckers. All right.
Snow looks fun though. I bet it's not. I bet it, like, you lay down and it's just cold and wet and miserable, but it looks fun.
Yeah, no, there's a certain level of fun. And if you've got the right kind of gear on, snow pants and a warm coat and some boots and stuff, it's really fun to play around in. It's also very pretty. Like, the white is just nice. And we're at a bit of a higher elevation than most of the valley. We're kind of up on the western half. We actually get snow a little bit earlier than everybody else, and it tends to stick around after it's melted off for everybody else. So
No, that's cool.
it kind of stinks for driveway shoveling, but it's also, it's kind of nice, too. When it's in the backyard, I don't have to shovel the backyard.
No. Should get the kids to rake it up.
Goodness. Ooh, snow raking. Kids, I'm going to teach you a new trick. I'm going to put you to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, my wife's out at some performance she has to go to for her degree tonight, so
Okay.
she can't help wrangle the children's, but I have great faith they will go to sleep after the stern talking to that I gave them.
Fair enough.
Yes.
I hope they do.
Me too.
You sound tired. Like, you sound actually tired. Like, you physically just need to go and lay down for a bit.
That's sometimes true. Sometimes true. I do have to go and lie down for a bit.
I think it's true of
Today,
everyone.
maybe one of those times. I don't know. It's kind of a crazy day at work, and then the kids are being nuts and casting some cheese as well for
Cheese.
everybody. Cheese.
I was going to send you a load of cheese. Yes, the other day.
A full load of cheese. What does that entail exactly?
I participated in one of the 1v1 tournaments.
Oh, you did. Cool.
I am gold 2,
Uh-huh.
so it naturally threw me in with platinum level players,
What? That's not fair.
where I got all manner of cheese.
Yep.
And then eventually I got to like the second last match and people were just not readying up. So it was like I've been sitting around waiting for like half an hour and like playing a little bit of ladder in between. And I'm just like, I had enough and I just left early. I couldn't be bothered to stick around for the final 2 matches to see if I would win.
Oh, that's too bad.
But I was going to send you like the full tournament run. Because
Lots of cheese.
4-gate with a Dark Shrine proxied somewhere on the map.
Interesting.
Yeah, so there was DTs in my base very quickly.
Uh-huh.
And then I got 12 pulled.
Okay.
And then I got cannon rushed.
Yes, as is tradition.
And then that's where I gave up after like half an hour of waiting. I'm just like, I can't be bothered. I was able to win those 3 matches.
Nice.
Do you know why?
Because you watched my cheese compilations?
I mean, maybe. It's because I worker scouted.
Yes, because you worker scouted, as I preach all the time, and no one listens to me except for you, Wade.
When you see a Protoss with 2 gas and nothing else in their base, you start to question things. when you see a forge first or a pull already done when you get there.
You start to question things, as you should. That should put questions in everybody's mind. But too many people are just like, I don't care what's going on. I don't care what's happening on the other side of the map. That is not for me.
Yeah, so maybe I'll send you those 3 replays anyway.
They'd be good examples of how to handle cheese by worker scouting.
I mean, I won. I did not do very well.
Wasn't an elite hold or anything.
No, like, for instance, when I got cannon rushed. Actually, not only did I work as scout that cannon rush, I also knew he was going to do it going into the game. I looked at, because it shows who you're going to verse, I looked at his like previous matches build orders, and he cannon rushed the last 5 games. I'm like, I assume it's coming.
Smart.
Yeah, that is smart. I still left my wall down.
Whoops.
I was like, all right, well, I already have an expansion up. I'll just, move all my workers out of my main. And it's like, well, cannon rush didn't mean anything. But I lifted my orbital, and then I thought I flew it south on ascension to Aya, like I was in the top left hand. I accidentally sent it right, all across the cannons. And I'm like, oh, well, that's burning.
My building is technically on fire.
Yes. Still won the match.
Good. So it turns out, here's how this works. If you work or scout, you can make terrible mistakes and still win.
Yes.
That's how we're gonna spin this.
I will send you those matches after this then.
Okay, good. They're on the latest patch, yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent. Need those. Although I don't think any of the latest patch changes have anything to do with super early game, except for oracles, I guess.
Shield batteries.
Shield battery. Oh, that's right. The cost was increased. So that's true. From 75 to 100.
Yeah, but it's more like when I hear like new patch, I still think like the 4.0 changes.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Instead of the 401 or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah. It's 402 now or something.
Is it really? Did they have 2 balance patches out? No, just 1 balance patch, but they had like a technical patch, like a bug fix patch too.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw a patch that was just like, we fixed a problem where people are getting disconnected in certain situations, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
4.159, so I don't know.
I don't know. It's all numbers. I don't do well with numbers. I'm a words guy.
I'm a words thing.
Super words thing. So, StarCraft.
Yeah, while we're on the StarCrafts.
Yeah, I like this plan.
It is 4.2, and now it's updating. So
it's 4.2, not like
4.02. 4.02.
4.02. Okay, good. I was going to say 4.2 is a major update. Got it.
Yeah, so while we're on StarCraft, how was casting with the Gauntlet yesterday?
It was all right. We unfortunately didn't get as much viewership as we were aiming for, but we kind of saw that coming because we looked at the Team Liquid list of streams on that day, and it was just jam-packed with a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. A lot with many better players than we had. And some of the players that were scheduled to play for the Gauntlet backed out because they were going to go for these other tournaments. So it wasn't ideal. I mean, we had Penguin, the Korean Zerg, the young Korean Zerg. I believe he's like 14 or 15.
Mm-hmm.
And he plays very, very well. So that was fun. But I mean, as far as anybody else, we didn't have any really big names at all. And usually that's kind of how we make this work, is with the big names. That's what gets the attention. So with none of those, unfortunately,
the numbers were not in your favor.
The odds were not in our favor.
I did tune in to watch.
Yeah, I saw you there.
And then I fell asleep at my desk.
I wondered where you went. It got very quiet from everybody for a while, and I was like, well, all right.
Yeah, that was me taking a nap.
That was snoring coming from Wade's direction.
I mean, I try to be active in the chat. Keep it going. You can't do that when you're incapacitated.
No, sleepy people, unfortunately, not the greatest at making chat lively. It's just one of those truisms about Twitch.
Yeah. So it turns out sleeping people, not great viewers. Who knew?
Not fantastic. No. Anyway, it was good. I like casting with Jordan. He's a good guy. For those of you who missed the podcast last week, we actually had Jordan on the podcast with us, and he was a good guest, although he hasn't watched anything pop culture ever in his whole life. I thought about asking about things like Ghostbusters and Back to the Future, but I was very sad about what the answer would be. So,
I mean, if he had answered no to like both of those, I might have kicked him off. I might have actually kicked him off.
Just absolutely hang up. Done. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Yeah. See ya.
Yeah.
Come back when you've had a childhood.
I know, poor guy. And it kind of sounds like he had super strict parents. I mean, I had super strict parents, but I've seen Star Wars at the very least.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It hurts my mind even thinking about it. Especially because there's another Star Wars coming so soon.
I know, right? And he's not even excited about it at all. We talked about something else yesterday that he hadn't seen. Something else came up, and I was just like, what? What is happening?
List of things he probably hasn't seen. Footage of the moon landing. Grease lightning.
Wait, you mean Grease?
Yeah. Grease.
Is it called Greased Lightning?
No, just like I picture it from the song. Like that's how I remember it.
Okay. I just thought maybe in Australia it was called Greased Lightning. I was like,
I don't know.
It's different.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it is.
Like 'cause I didn't say it past tense, but
Yeah.
Let's go. Oh, okay. The song is called "Greased Lightning."
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yep.
People also ask, what is Greased Lightning cleaner made out of?
Oh,
What kind of car is Greased Lightning?
that's a good question. What kind of car is Greased Lightning?
Who played Pink Ladies in Grease?
Pink ladies? What are you talking about, internet? Not helpful, Google. Not helpful at all. Yeah. So, I'm trying to remember what it was. What was it, Jordan? What was I ashamed to hear you hadn't watched?
The Wizard of Oz?
It was Arrested Development. I was very sad about that.
No, I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, I mean that one's not as just societally iconic as the other ones we've talked about.
I don't think I can even get Arrested Development.
What? It's not on Netflix in your country.
I don't believe so.
Aw, that stinks. It is like the most darn rewatchable comedy
It's only got
think
an
of-
83 on Rotten Tomatoes.
of all time. Wait, what? The whole show?
Yeah, an 83. An 83. That's good. I tried to make it as like deadpan as possible to catch you out, but 83 is okay.
It should be better.
You think it's better than an 83? There's only 17% room for improvement.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with it. I want an improvement. Okay, so here's the thing.
Okay, so
I
it
mean,
might be available on my Netflix.
ooh, seasons 1 through 3 are amazing.
Okay.
Like those are ultimately rewatchable. Season 4 they put out on Netflix as a Netflix original season just a couple of years ago.
Okay.
And I think they tried to get too clever with it. I think they tried to turn it into some like crazy self-referential, you have to watch it 4 times to understand all the jokes kind of a thing.
Right.
And I just couldn't, I don't know, I couldn't appreciate it on the first watching. And as a result, I was just like, eh. So if they had just done what they did on seasons 1 through 3, I think it would have been great. But I think they just tried to outdo themselves and make it at another level. You know what I mean? And I don't think it worked. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I understand the temptations there, right? You have a really beloved TV show that went away and that's coming back. You're like, well, if we just do the same thing, people are going to be disappointed. But I don't think that's true. I think if it's just the same level of jokes and the same layout and the same concepts, it would have been better received. Although I have talked to people who've watched it a couple times, season 4, and said, it's amazing. It's the greatest thing ever. And I'm just like, I don't have time to watch it again. I don't want to watch a whole nother season of TV.
What's it about?
It's the story, actually, that says it in the intro. Let's see if I
okay.
can quote
Spoilers?
it correctly.
Never
Story of a family. Anyway, so basically, it's a rich family. The family got wealthy through land development in California.
Mm-hmm.
And then the father ends up going to jail because he's accused of some light treason for building homes for Saddam Hussein in Iraq.
Okay.
And so their company's failing and they're losing all their money and nobody will buy from them anymore. And so there's the one brother who's kind of level-headed, who kind of tries to keep the family together and keep everything running and to keep the company going. And then everybody else is just wacky and zany characters who make that hard for him. It's very much a straight man, funny man kind of a thing.
Okay. You really like those.
I guess I do. I mean, it's a very time-honored tradition. It goes back a long, long way.
Oh yeah, everyone's done it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch it.
You should try. All I'm asking is that you watch the first couple episodes. It hits the ground running pretty well. It's not one of those shows where it's like, you gotta get 2 seasons in and it really hits its stride. I hate that. I won't even try your show if you say that to me.
Yeah. You don't want to... Who wants to sit through 2 seasons of bad TV? So
Nobody
the
wants
third
to.
one might be okay.
Yeah, it's kind of me with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where I watched most of the first season and was like, this is bad. This is really bad TV. So I stopped watching, and then people are like, oh man, at the end of season 2 and season 3 is like the best thing I've ever watched. And I'm just like, I mean, I guess I could just skip. I feel like I could get away with it, just skipping to the really good stuff and see how good it is.
I still don't think it's worth it.
There's too much other stuff to watch is the problem.
Yeah, that is the problem.
Yeah, like I'm watching Mr. Robot. I'm watching the South Parks.
Oh,
We talked about Mr. Robot.
we did.
Were you going to try to watch a couple episodes?
I think I said maybe.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I'd made the invitation, is all.
Okay. Well, yeah. You don't need to invite me to a TV show.
It's official invitation. I'm going to send it on very nice cardstock.
Is it engraved?
Uh-huh.
Oh, excellent. I
And-
await it in the mail.
Notarized. Mr. Robot's great. I still have issues. I mean, if you've watched anything of Mr. Robot, this probably isn't a spoiler, but I have just trust issues with the perspective that I'm being shown, where I see things, and there's been enough times in the show where it's like, oh, I was seeing something that wasn't real, that I question everything. And it's a heck of a way to watch a show. If you're watching a TV show and thinking to yourself, is this real? It really messes up your experience.
I mean, yeah, I have that problem all the time when I'm watching Game of Thrones. I'm like, was this real?
No, not like that. I mean, within the framework of the universe. Okay,
I know,
good.
I'm just making fun of you.
Wade.
Was this a documentary?
They're really dragons back in medieval, wherever the heck this is supposed to be.
England.
Yeah. I mean, there are some pretty strong analogs in Game of Thrones to particular points in history, medieval history especially. War of the Roses in particular.
Yeah.
You already know that, though.
Yeah.
The Game of Thrones. I try not to think about it because actively waiting for it is bad.
I gave up. Like, I couldn't sit through watching all of it again, trying to catch up.
Oh.
Turns out binging it is just, it's too much and it'll burn you out.
Yes. I only binged the first 3 episodes or 3 seasons and to catch up, and that was hard.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be the best show that is the worst binge watch.
They finally worked out how to make a show that you need to wait a week to see each episode.
Yeah, just to like cleanse your brain.
I've binge watched like 3 seasons of like Friends in a day.
Yeah, that's easy. Light, breezy, fast. But especially those first 3 seasons of Game of Thrones is just like, hey, you know this family you like a lot? Hey, you know this hero type character that you like a lot? Hey, you know this is something you're really getting into? All that is destroyed. It's not a great feeling.
Yeah. It's like, I'm kind of starting to like Khal Drogo. No.
Coming around on that guy. No.
No. But don't worry. Ned Stark still got his head.
Yeah.
Keeping his cool.
This Stark family is just...
They're in a really great position. The hand of the king,
Yeah.
It's great.
They're going to marry into the royal bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic. No.
No.
But maybe they'll get revenge.
Well, I mean, later, but for now,
Yeah.
no.
Well,
I mean, the North remembers.
yeah. I mean...
You don't think... Okay, that was like one part of... Here's the thing. The part where the North remembers is revenge for like the 5th thing that's happened to the family, and they still need revenge for the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd at that point.
Yeah. I mean, there are people involved with causing huge amounts of pain to the Stark family who die, but not necessarily by the hands of Starks or Northerners in general. So, I don't know. Does it count? I kind of actually like that, where it's not just cut and dry. These people were specifically wronged by these people, and you get specific revenge on them in this way, which is very much a bookie thing to do. But Martin, as he does, he loves inverting those tropes and saying, you know what, this is what you expect. This is what you've been brought up to believe your entire life, but no, not today, sucker. He's never going to finish the story, but I appreciate his writing ability.
I mean, I heard, like, around season 3 that apparently he gave, like, the producers an outline of where he wants the show to go. So that they could carry on the TV quicker than the books. And then if he died or something, they could still have a semi-reasonable ending.
If he died, or if he never bothered to get around to finishing them, they'd have a semi-reasonable ending. Yeah.
Because he's got to be, like, rolling in the money, right? So
He
if he
is.
wanted to stop writing, he could.
He has. Are you kidding?
Like, has he officially just been like, yeah, I'm not working on the last book?
No, but he's not.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I mean, do you know the guy personally?
No.
Well, I'm kind of glad for that, because I imagine you'd be the person who just never leaves him alone. You're like out the front of his window, being like, so what happened to you?
George.
Yeah, tell me what happened.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there are certain authors who just reach a point where they don't need to write to live anymore. And they're just like, well, that's fun.
Right, but there are plenty of writers who don't need to write, but still do.
Yes, there are. There are plenty of writers who are ridiculously successful and keep it up. Jim Butcher won for the Dresden Files.
Stephen King.
Well, Stephen King had like a major drug habit, so I'm sure he burned through a ton of his money. He's kind of got to start over on that.
I mean, maybe. I mean, that's why they made that awful new movie.
Yeah, Dark Tower.
Yeah. Dark Tower was. It has a like. I wouldn't recommend the movie, but I don't think it's like a complete pile of garbage. But everything I've heard coming out of it is.
Oh,
it, not the Dark Tower. It is a pile of garbage, but the movie, it is a pile of...
You were talking about it. I completely forgot about it. Man, this is grammatically stupid. From what I heard, Dark Tower's problem is they try to cram 3 entire Stephen King books into a film. So good luck with that. Okay. You're never going to succeed. I'm sorry.
It's very like, we're here, okay, we're moving, okay, we're in a place, the thing happens, and let's move on. It feels like the characters just kind of wander through each area very quickly.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're here because he needs to be in a hospital. Okay, now we're moving. Like, with very quick resolutions that just feel very cheap instead of anything meaningful actually happening.
Yeah.
My biggest problem with it is, now, have you seen it or read the books?
No, haven't.
Do you care?
Nope.
Okay. Well, spoilers. The guy has 2 guns, right?
Right. I'm familiar with that at least, but that's about it. 2 guns.
To kill the devil or whoever the bad guy's supposed to be.
The devil, sure.
Because the devil can, like, stop his bullets with, like, his hand. Like, with magic, he just, like, stop. What he does. So he's fighting Neo, and he shoots one bullet and then shoots another bullet, and they like deflect off each other and go around his hand and hit him in the chest. Except he does it with one gun. Like he lost one of his guns in the fight and he's kind of injured. So he fires 2 bullets from the same gun, but they ricochet off like walls and stuff and then hit each other at the same time right in front of him. And it's like, you had 2 guns. It would have been fine. Like, they would have been traveling at the same time. But no, you fight it from 2 guns. They took 2 different paths. This doesn't make sense.
You're bad at physics, and you should feel bad at physics. Oh. Yeah, that's terrible. Why would you just let him keep both guns if you want to do something like that?
I know.
Book writing. Absurd, I say.
Utterly unreasonable.
Yeah, so I don't have any interest in it. I know a lot of people really love the Dark Tower series, but it's a lot. And for me to start something like that, it's just got to get absolutely universal rave reviews, and it doesn't have that. So, sorry, Steven.
The best memories I have about the Dark Tower, and I have not read the books, is my brother gave me a Dark Tower bookmarker.
Yeah.
And it was just like an orange bookmarker with a picture of the tower and like a kind of shadowy figure on it.
Right.
And I think I still have it, and it was just like, it was a cool image, so I just enjoyed it as a bookmarker when I still read like Dead Tree books. That's my fondest memory of the Dark Tower, even though I've seen the movie.
Wow. All right.
But it's not a complete pile of garbage.
That's good. There's something redeeming about it. Somewhere. Meh. So in other StarCraft news...
Oh my god, we were talking about StarCraft, weren't we?
We were talking about StarCraft. I don't know how we went so incredibly off base there.
Who knows?
Not gonna lie. But we can talk about Larva.
Yeah.
With ye old next level BM.
I mean... Yeah? I mean, when you're that much better than the player that you're versing, I mean, I think it's just very instructive to be told that I can beat you with, while playing with my foot.
It's gotta be the funniest thing I've seen in StarCraft in some time.
Yeah, the clip is hilarious. He's just like, alright, let's micro some links. Okay, I'm gonna back my chair up. And up goes the leg, and then he just starts playing with his foot.
He just chills.
His toes
Yeah.
manning the keyboard.
Yep. And he just looks so deadpan the whole time. He's not smiling or anything. He's just like, yep, go, yes.
Yeah, I practice.
I do this all the time.
300 APM.
Probably.
If you look at the video, he's not doing 300 APM with his foot.
Okay,
but he does still win the match.
That's the best part. That's why this went viral. If he lost and played with his feet, people would be like, "You moron!
Yeah.
What do you think you're doing?" But no, he won.
He won
a pro level game,
which is not only a pro level game, but a pro level tournament where he won 10K. Like, that was the grand finals of the Zotac tournament.
How bored do you have to be to practice playing with your feet? Honestly, like. You're just sitting there in your apartment one day. I'm so bored of practicing StarCraft over and over. How can I make this more interesting for myself? I know. My toes have always been fairly nimble. Here we go.
I would love to see this guy in GSL.
I don't know. Didn't he get like super banned from all this stuff? They're so mad at him.
Yeah, the Chinese tournament, like Zotac, the guys running the show, are like, no, that was offensive. You're banned from all future tournaments.
Okay, so just the Chinese.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of the Koreans might be like upset, but I think the rest of the world's like, that's funny.
So yes, in the show notes, there's a link to the video if you want to watch it. Because why would you not want to watch this? What kind of a person are you?
I love one of the comments for that video is at 0 minutes and 19 seconds, you can see him do a critical tech swap to his foot.
It's one of the benefits of playing Zerg is the ability to quickly tech switch to feet. So dumb. So dumb. Yeah, that was definitely a highlight of the StarCraft days.
We need more players like him.
We do. Getting banned from Chinese tournaments.
Chinese tournaments. Do we care?
No, I can't think of one that I care about.
The last time I was interested in a Chinese tournament, it was IEM being held in Shanghai, so kind of a Chinese tournament.
No, but not really.
Yeah, and in other news of like Twitch clips going around, I saw there was a Reddit post that was like, new players, don't unpause the game while your opponent's away, you never know what might be going on at the other end. And it was Innovation Stream, and he's, playing, pause because someone's ringing his doorbell.
Okay.
And so he gets up and answers the door, comes back, starts playing, and it's Stats who came over to have beers with Innovation.
That's awesome. Just like, what up, man? You laddering? Cool, I brought some beer.
Yeah. It's like, man, don't you just hate it when you have to pause your game because Stats is coming over?
If I had a nickel for every time.
You'd be down a nickel.
Wow. I can't even... The life of a professional StarCraft player is so glamorous.
Clearly.
Such glamour. Good times. Yes.
I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm a gold level player. Not one of my other gold level player friends have come over with beer. I'm just going to say that.
Not even a single time. Especially not when you're actively playing.
Actually, I don't think in the last 5 years has anyone come over to my house with beer for me.
Well,
since we were of legal drinking age, and definitely never before, has anyone ever approached my premises for drinking.
Good to know. I was curious. Now I know.
You weren't curious.
Probably not.
In fact, I feel like I owe you a nickel.
So I saw Spider-Man Homecoming for the first time.
Only just recently?
Just now. I tried to get to the theater and see it, but I didn't get around to it, and then I had to wait for it to come out on streaming services, and then it did. Okay. Then I watched it. So.
And
Stupid Sony should have just given Spider-Man to Marvel a long time ago. It was good.
Yeah.
It was a good treatment of the Spider-Man character. They understand what makes Spider-Man great is that his life is poop a lot of the time. Mm-hmm. And it's hard for him. And he's trying to save everybody in New York City by himself. That is why Spider-Man is an intriguing character. It's almost that he's a tragic character in certain ways. So it's good. I just like that he's like a hopeless nerd without many friends, like super smart, and
he kind of has like a bunch of friends in this one though.
That's true. I mean, everybody on the debate club seems pretty friendly with him,
except for when he runs off. But yeah,
except for when he bails on them hardcore. But even then, they were like, "Welcome back, dude. Everything's cool.
We met Spider-Man. Where were you?
Right. And he's like, oh, somehow I'm always not around when Spider-Man's doing stuff. Hope no one puts that together.
Yeah, if only, there wasn't a class full of kids whose entire job was to link critical information.
I know, right?
Yeah.
If only they had some way to put together the pieces of this puzzle, but unfortunately, these are the dumb kids. The dumb kids that won the national competition for being smart. I don't know exactly what that was. Do you know what that was?
There was a national debate going on in DC.
Was it debate club? Is that all? No, because they were just answering questions. It wasn't debate.
Like a trivia club?
Yeah, it was kind of trivia-y.
Okay.
But it wasn't just like math. It was just kind of science, math, technology, smarts, kids, things. Because I didn't ever hear them answer a question about literature or history. You know what I mean?
Well,
yeah.
That all happened off screen.
Oh, okay. All those questions about anatomy and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. That's exactly what it is.
Do you have any other explanation?
I do not.
They needed a reason for him to go to DC.
Yeah, and that's what it was.
What did you think of the Vulture?
Better than I expected. The Vulture's always been kind of a lame villain.
Yeah,
in the superhero mythos. I remember specifically in the Saturday morning cartoon with Spider-Man that I was just like, no, this guy does nothing for me. But this it worked. I think it helped that it had a good backstory, an understandable reason why this guy would have access to super high-tech stuff. And then it was 8 years. I just keep going back to that. They're like, check this out. The first attack on Adventure Tower was 8 years ago. And so they've had 8 years to work on this and understand the tech and perfect it and sell it and make, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like if it had just been 2 weeks later, oh, we know how this works and we're selling it to arms people. And it's like, oh, no. But 8 years is a believable amount of time. So good job. Good job, movie.
It really does, if it's 8 years and Peter's 14 at this point.
Yeah.
He's 14 or 15.
Then it explains why he wasn't in the battle.
Well,
yeah,
that's what I'm worried about. He's 7 when aliens invade his city.
Yep.
I just wonder what that does to the society. Is it typical America? They've all moved on. It was 7 years ago, man. Let's just get back to buying iPads and stuff. And
I mean, it's kind of 9/11, right?
Right.
I mean, thousands of people died in a coordinated terrorist attack on New York City, and 8 years later, it's been back to normal for a while. Yeah.
Right. Except for all the increased security at airports and all the things that the US government did in response to 9/11. I just don't see that. Where would those responses take place in this world?
It doesn't affect day-to-day life. It's not like people are patrolling around watching, you know what I mean? There's no part of that story where I was like, oh, well, their post-9/11 security is missing from this scene. There just wasn't.
Well, I guess it's just the problem with how do you prepare for an alien incursion?
Right. I mean, exactly how does A, the reality of aliens being proven, and B, them actually blowing up most of your city, how does that affect things? That is...
I think where I would want to see that is maybe they are able to keep slightly better track of alien tech being sold and studied by a criminal element for 8 years. They were just gathering it in a giant warehouse. I mean...
Yeah.
Couldn't have done something a little better with it?
Better than... What do you mean? Better than what?
Better than putting it in a big warehouse. They have an underwater prison for the Avengers. Throw it in there. Vulture can't...
Who are we talking about?
All the alien tech.
Oh, the warehouse that Pete was stuck in for a while.
For 30 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, that one. That was a funny scene.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about why would the bad guys just keep their stuff in a warehouse? I'm like, I don't know what else they would do, Wade. Okay, got it.
Sense.
Got it. Why was Stark and company keeping it in a super secure underground vault that does not have easy access from the outside? I don't know.
I mean, it has relatively easy access. They just drove a truck into it. And then a 14-year-old was able to break out.
Yeah, a 14-year-old with genius-level intellect and access to a super suit made by Tony Stark, right?
I mean, not genius-level intellect.
I don't know.
I would say he's smarter than the average kid.
He's the smartest kid on the National Championship Smart Kids competition.
He didn't go to the competition. He was off being Spider-Man.
Yeah, he wasn't
there for it.
Everybody's like, we're so glad to have you back. You're the smartest kid on the team. And we're mad at you that you weren't there, and it's a good thing we won anyway. It doesn't mean he's not smart just because they won without him.
You're the smartest kid here. You're the one who didn't get in the elevator.
Right. So smart.
You're the smartest kid here. You're the one who got the role for Spider-Man.
No, I'm serious. Peter Parker is super duper smart.
I mean, he's smart. I don't think he's smarter than, like, Tony Stark.
Well, Tony Stark's like 38.
Right, okay, so if it's all relative, he's still dumb for a 14-year-old compared to just about anyone else.
You mean dumb as a 14-year-old?
Yes.
You said dumb for a 14-year-old. He's really smart for a 14-year-old.
Yeah,
right?
Okay, he's... Alright, cut. He's still really dumb compared to regular people. Because he's 14.
Okay, but there's like emotional intelligence and there's book smart intelligence, right? I think emotional intelligence, he's dumb as a rock. Mm-hmm. But I think book smart intelligence, I'd say smarter than the average American adult voter.
Well, I'm glad that only narrows it down to 48% of your population.
Right. Thank you for making my point for me. That was great.
Wow. Let's leave politics out of this.
Yes, let's do. I'm going to make one political point on this podcast today.
Okay.
So President Trump and the Republican Party are trying to pass this giant tax bill that absolutely crushes the middle class and gives tax breaks to super rich people. Mm-hmm. Like, that is not an inaccurate statement. No. Everybody's mad about this. Everyone's mad. Like, both sides of the aisle are mad about this. But when it comes to the elections, the midterm elections for Congress people, everybody's going to get reelected if they're up for reelection because everybody's like, well, my guy wasn't part of that. Even if they voted for this horrendous tax bill that is killing me financially, I can't vote against my guy. I know him. That's so stupid. It's so broken. And it bothers me immensely. Okay, that's it. That's my rant.
I think that's a perfectly reasonable thing to be ranting about.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Glad you did not find it unreasonable.
If we would have had words. I would. No, I mean, I think it's totally reasonable to give tax cut to the 1%. Who else need it? Nobody else is making money.
That's right. Those guys pay more in taxes. They should have it cut.
Clearly. I mean, that's you, right?
Yep. Top 1% of American income people. It's me. It's all from YouTube, too.
I mean, I can laugh because I know what we're saying is ridiculous, but someone might believe that.
No, nobody's going to believe it. They could see my view numbers and my sub numbers. Nobody with this view count is living off of YouTube, let alone becoming obscenely wealthy. Come on.
I think it might be fair to say that you're the #1 StarCraft YouTuber in Salt Lake.
I sure hope so.
I mean, let's actually be real. Probably just your street.
I mean, that's okay. I mean, even then, I haven't canvassed. I haven't tried to figure out what other StarCraft streamers live on my street and done comparisons. So, not speaking out of turn.
You could be living next to Winter.
I could be.
I assume you know your neighbors slightly better than that. No?
I mean, sure. I live in a circle, and so I know the 5 other families in my circle.
You just don't, like, hang out and play D&D with them or whatever?
No.
Whatever it is neighbors do?
No.
Okay.
I don't think it's play D&D.
No? I've been on a D&D watching kick. There's a YouTube channel called Roleplay, and 6 years ago they did a Warhammer 40k D&D session with, like, a bunch of people, and I found it through Total Biscuit. Like, he was on it, because he's a 40k. So I've seen all that because they eventually stopped, right? And then I've recently discovered that Achievement Hunter, the guys from Rooster Teeth, they have their own one called Heroes and Halfwits.
Oh, that's fun.
It's like 33 episodes long, or maybe somewhere around there. And I'm in like the span of a week. I'm now at episode 29.
Dang. How long are the episodes?
So the first 20 are all about an hour each, and then the ones after that are all 2.5 to 3.
Okay, that's a lot of hours then. This is adding up.
Yeah. So.
This must be good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it. I'm especially enjoying it with the guy on 1 hit point who just betrayed them all. It's like running away from the party and they shoot a crossbow at it and he catches it out of the air and throws it back at them for critical damage.
What? That's the coolest thing I've ever heard.
It's pretty cool.
You can't run away from us. Yes, I can.
Okay, you can't see me like putting my fingers up, but yeah.
I follow what you're talking about.
So it really makes me want to play D&D because I never have.
Uh-huh. Me neither, actually.
You know, something you gotta mark off as being a nerd is playing some sort of Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, I mean, it's a type of nerd, right? There's types
Yeah.
of nerd, and I think you can be a pretty wholesale nerd without ever having played D&D.
Right, but is it the difference between nerd and geek, though? Because
No.
I find those differences to be tenuous at best.
It's not that strong. Like, you could be a straight-up Magic the Gathering nerd, like 100%, and never having touched Dungeons and Dragons, and you're still a nerd.
I suppose. I think there's enough dice in, like, Magic the Gathering to count.
It basically counts as D&D.
Yeah.
Well, and in some ways, World of Warcraft is kind of just D&D. It's an RPG. You assign talent points, and you group up with people and go on quests, and
Yeah,
it's not. There's no
dice rolling,
D&D.
and there's minimal role playing.
There is dice rolling. It's just not that visible to the player.
Yeah.
Like every attack you do, there's dice rolling.
Yes, but if you're standing next to them, you're gonna hit them with your sword.
You can miss.
Yeah, but it's not often. It's very minor. Like
but-
I played as a hunter for like 2 weeks straight, got to like level 30 or whatever, and I don't think I missed a shot that I wasn't directly facing them at.
Okay, well that's because they changed things. That's because they made it super easy mode for the leveling
Yeah.
lately. But back in the day, in 2006, when I was playing the Warcraft for the first time, you could miss a lot.
Okay. So it was more like Morrowind, where
Yeah.
every time you swung your sword, it would roll the dice to see if you hit or miss.
Yeah.
So if you missed, like you could smack them on the head and miss.
Yep. Yeah, and that's what Warcraft do. Like, you can totally miss, and then if you do hit, it rolls another dice to see how much damage you do, which is then weighed against how much armor they have, and it's how much dodge percentage it's just a lot of stuff.
A lot of math going on them.
There's a lot of math, and they don't show you the math. There is no sense of here's this times this equals this. It's just like, here's what you hit them for, congratulations, versus here's what they hit you for, and there's a lot of stuff in the background. But yeah, so I don't know. Maybe playing a lot of World of Warcraft qualifies as playing D&D.
Maybe, but I still want the role playing experience. I still want to be able to be like, well, I'm a bard, and if you lower your prices, I will play in your inn and bring in the crowds.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's a lot more freedom in tabletop, for sure. Yeah, I can understand that. Actually, there's a group that's been playing during lunchtimes once a week at my work.
Yeah.
And it's like people that I know, and they never ask me to join them, and I'm kind of sad.
You should just be like, so, can I play, please?
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 Please? If somebody...
I'll bring the cookies.
If someone... Oh, man, that might work, actually. I could do that. Cookies it is!
Because the Heroes and Halfwits is through Achievement Hunter, and they obviously want to, like, try and include as many people from their company as possible.
Right.
There's one character, Orma, who can, every time she drinks alcohol in the game, she passes unconscious, and then they just rotate out the players to someone new who has no idea what they're doing. So it's like they wake up every time they drink with a new personality.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it works
I like
really
that.
well.
I like that very much.
She ended up doing the memento thing of writing stuff down on her wall, being like, "Don't trust Bojingles." It's
That's
fantastic.
amazing. So the character just has short-term memory loss. That's beautiful. That's a great mechanic.
And where I'm at in the story also is addicted to substances.
Oh, that seems bad.
+1 to charisma.
Also good.
That's what the drugs did.
That is how the drugs work. Have you watched Harmon Quest?
Harmon Quest.
It's got Dan Harmon, creator of Rick and Morty, as well as Community.
Okay.
And he has actually a show on Verve, and I think it's on YouTube too, where he gets together and does a D&D group with a couple of people I don't know, and then they rotate it in guest stars every week.
Okay.
So like they meet somebody on their quest, and they get integrated into the party, and then they always die at the end. It's kind of fun.
This is like the channel I mentioned earlier, Roleplay. It's entirely like D&D campaigns, and they have some that's been going for like 10 years at this point. But every now and then they'll do something that they call a one-shot, and that's 4 or 5 people come together, they play for 5 or 6 hours, and then at the end of that's it.
Yep.
So every now and then you get like, do you know who Krendor is, the YouTuber?
Yeah.
Stream? Yeah, they had him DM a one-shot. So everyone got to go through a mutated IKEA.
What? Mutated with what?
Like, it was like some sort of nuclear fallout, and they were all half human, half animal hybrids trying to go through the last IKEA, which was also the first IKEA in Sweden, to try and find sentient meatballs to try and eat.
That's fantastic. That sounds really fun.
It is. I will send you a link.
Yes, please do. Does it go by Wowcrinder too?
Yes, Wow Crendor.
Okay, yeah. Yep, just making sure it's the same guy. Oh, that's great. I like that a lot.
It's got a really great name as well. It's called Dikea.
Yeah, good writing. Good writing is what makes good D&D campaigns good. Beautinous.
So I've been watching a lot of those.
I'll have to check it out. Maybe do some listening while I'm working. I can usually do that.
Yeah.
Is it super like visually important?
No, because they don't do, the roleplay guys don't do like, they don't actually get together. It's all like webcam.
Oh, okay.
Dice rolling in an app.
Yeah. All right. Oh, that's beautiful. Dikea.
Yes. One of the people, like, they all rolled to be like, all right, well, I'm half cat or I'm half bear or whatever. I'm like a mutant bear. And one of the guys is just like, I'm just going to roleplay as me, magically teleported to a nuclear apocalypse IKEA. So it's him, just like the webcam footage is, oh, hey, I've got my phone. I'm going to be pretending to do a vlog the entire time. Like, oh my god, there's a half mutated bear. And I'm at the first IKEA. Let's see if we can...
He's vlogging it.
Yeah.
So good.
So good.
Okay, no more spoiling stuff. I'll definitely give it a try.
Yeah, okay.
Is it NFL minute time?
Sure.
Excellent. Get that
I
timer
actually
ready.
have something I want to talk about NFL related.
What?
Yeah.
Should we do the NFL minute first or not?
No, we'll do an NFL minute first.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
The Eagles lost. I've been talking about the Eagles for several weeks now. They actually got beat by the Seahawks on Sunday night. Really great game, actually. Fantastic game. Seahawks looked good. Richard Wilson looked amazing, too. Good quarterback. If you want to root for someone, he's a good guy to choose. But I feel like the Eagles were due for a loss. I feel like they'll perform very, very well in the playoffs. Other things of note, Eli Manning got benched. He's been really, really really poor quarterback play for the last couple of years, but apparently it caught up to him. I don't really feel bad for him, but apparently a lot of other people do. I'm not entirely sure why. The Bills beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs are in a free fall. They looked really amazing 7 or 8 weeks ago, but all of a sudden, I'm not sure if they got the Ebola virus or whatever, but they look really super bad. Jaguars got beat by the Cardinals, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. This is what the NFL is all about, though. Teams beating other teams. Steelers won. They're kind of scary. Obviously, the Patriots ended up winning their game, too. Their defense has improved immensely. And
Stop.
We just made a crazy sound. All right, good.
I cleared my throat.
Okay, good.
Like,
It freaked me out a little bit.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. Just don't do it again. So NFL stuff.
So NFL stuff.
Yeah, what do you got for me? I'm very excited for this.
I was wondering if in like 10 years, people will know who I've forgotten his name. That's amazing. Madden. If people would know who John Madden was in 10 years.
Well,
because there's the video game, like the John Madden franchise.
Correct.
So I was wondering if people will understand John Madden's association with actual NFL.
Like why there's a video game franchise named after this person in the first place?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. I feel like there's a good chance. I mean, I'm trying to think of other video game franchises named after a person who hasn't really been associated with the sport directly for a while. And I don't know. I mean, video game sports franchises are a fairly new thing anyway.
Well, let's not limit it to sports. Like, do you think people know who Tom Clancy is? Yes. You sure?
No.
Do you know who Tom Clancy is?
Yeah, I've read a ton of Tom Clancy books. Possibly all of them, including ones that like have his name on the front, but he didn't actually write any of it.
I mean, I was just wondering if people would know who Tom Clancy is or John Madden.
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, I'm a bad person to ask because I know who both of those people are. So we'd have to do some polling. Well, again, polling up people who play the Madden games and also play the Tom Clancy games, Splinter Cell and whatnot. I actually haven't played any of the Tom Clancy games.
Okay.
Not a single one. Read all his books, though.
The last one I played was The Division.
Okay. Oh, shoot. I forgot. I have played a ton of that one. That's the only one. Oh, that's sad. I forgot about that game. It's a great game.
I mean, it's okay.
I had the leveling experience in that game was some of the most fun I've had in a shooter in a very, very, very long time.
Okay. I mean, I really enjoyed it for like a while, but I never finished it. I just got kind of tired of shooting guys in hoodies.
There's a lot of people in hoodies. You're right about this.
It's like I shot you 10 times in the head with a hoodie and you're at half health.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I had a sniper rifle. It was much fewer than 10 times.
Still more than once.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Once is all if he's wearing a hoodie.
Unless it's the flamethrower dudes and you shoot them in their gas canisters on their back.
Yes, that is correct.
That is the highlight of the whole game. Just is. I would go back and replay lower levels just to do that.
I think I still have it installed if you want to play after this.
Gotta do some casting cheese. Gotta do some cheese casting tonight. We should do it. We'll do it sometime. Excellent.
You say that, but yeah.
We'll put it on the calendar. No, I've been wanting to play. I've been thinking about it the last couple weeks.
Tom Clancy or just other video games?
The Division in particular.
Oh, okay. Really?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, I didn't think you'd still want to be playing that. Like, I thought, like, because you've already finished it, I figured you'd be thinking about playing something new.
No. I mean, it's fun enough. There aren't many games like this, but this is one that I definitely feel like it's okay for me to go back and try again and play again because it was just fun. I think it's a pretty game. I think the art's very good.
It is super beautiful to walk around in New York in the snow.
Yeah, the snow effects are. I would sometimes just stop and be like, snow effects.
Did you play like one of the more recent expansions where they did that like survival mode?
The Dark Zone?
No. So they did like a battle royale survival mode.
Okay.
And basically, it puts the entire city in like a blizzard. So it's there's fires going because you have to manage your like warmth. So you get
or else you freeze to death.
Yeah.
Dang. All right.
So you've got the wind and the blizzard and the dark storm contrasted with these like barrel fires just littered down a street.
Yeah, okay.
It looks really good, is my point.
I'll check that out. It's been a while. I mean, the PvP in the Dark Zone was just super busted forever. And so I never even bothered to try to go in there.
This wasn't Dark Zone, it's just like you go into like the subway underneath the base.
Yeah.
And there's like a queue for it, like, a lobby or whatever.
Yeah,
and
okay.
It just like throws you out through the city, people in random places, and it's like, all right, try and find gear to craft clothes, fight off, like, so you can be warmer, and then try and find guns. And there's two versions. There's a PvE version and a PvP version.
Cool. That sounds fun. Was that a paid expansion?
I believe so.
Okay.
I don't think it was very expensive because they realized we don't have a huge player base now.
Yeah. So they're like, well, I might as well put this out, I suppose.
Yeah. I think that's how that went.
Yeah. All right. Anything else we'd like to discuss today?
We can wrap up. I have no problem.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Well, that's going to be it from us. Thank you so much for joining us for another edition of the Falcon Paladin Hour with good friend Wade. Go ahead and check out our swag. There's a link in the description and at abyssaltrip.com. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for listening, and you take care of yourself. Where's Florida? Florida people are so dumb.